ahead.
It's me.
Tora, go ahead and start this show.
Welcome to the Xennials podcast. You are here with me and Chris and Adam and Amy, and we're gonna just talk about some stuff today. It's freestyle, well, not Freestyle Friday, but Freestyle Saturday.
Freestyle Saturday. What is it, freestyle number 4? Just freestyle 4?
Freestyle number 4.
Is it freestyle number 4? Yes,
this means this could possibly be the worst of the freestyles, but like the worst in a good way.
Why? It all depends on
good.
what in the 90 minutes that we have allotted we talk about.
Well, first off, how was y'all's week?
I got told by
pretty
my
good.
team that I needed to rest, so that's what I did. My team reached out to me and said, "Sit your ass down."
Sit down.
I said, "Okay."
Sit down.
About damn time.
I said, "Okay." I'm gonna lay my burdens down and play PlayStation for a week. So,
Hey, what are you playing?
MLB 20, the show 20.
I gotcha.
What about you, Adam?
Man, I've just been working, really. Been a pretty busy week now that the AV industry is starting to open back up. COVID's relaxing a little bit. A lot of companies are starting to plan more events, and with more events comes more equipment that needs to be moved, and that means more stuff for me to build. So I've been, just steaming along.
So in any of this, are you getting more money?
Oh yeah.
Okay, as long as you're getting more money, that's all we ask for.
Good. Amy?
Let's see. Baseball season has officially started in White Bread America, and it is the one event that I look forward to living here. I decided to drench myself in chlorine at work earlier this week.
Oh, that's nice.
Why did you do that?
Okay, so our chlorine pump for our pool was not working properly. So
Wait. Before you tell the rest of the story, is anything in your pool working right? Because a couple
Yes.
weeks ago, you had to
Yes.
drag some sand up out of there.
No. She is now 100% as she should be.
Okay.
Because Amy works her magic with the pool people, and she does that lovely phone flirt thing with them. And they walked me through the fix and saved our company about $700 in a service bill. So, but before we finally got it, worked through everything to get it fixed, I was having to siphon chlorine from the barrel to a jug and manually put it in the pool. And
With your mouth.
no, I actually have a siphon pump, thank you, because I have a charge account with the
gonna
local
say-
hardware store.
I was gonna say.
I mean, I got suction skills like it's nobody's business, but I ain't about to use it for
Okay.
chlorine.
All right.
But
All right.
I don't know why you didn't see it coming. You walked right into it like shit.
Yeah, he did.
You gonna open doors, I'm gonna walk through them. I'm tired of looking at an open door and going.
Somebody's gotta open them for you.
So wait a minute. We locked up the buses a couple of weeks ago. You just bringing the buses back out. Just like okay.
School's out for summer. Might as well have some fun with some buses.
Okay. Continue your story.
Look. I am. God, I can't believe I'm about to admit this. I am a week and a half shy of 40. My fucks are officially gone.
First and foremost, welcome to the club.
Oh, whatever. Them fucks been gone a long time.
Oh no.
That was secondary. Like those have been gone for years.
But I've always kind of been very about how I choose to have no fucks. Now I just have no fucks.
That's pretty much how it goes. You got at least 2 or 3 more left as you get older, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
I've met some older people that just truly do not give a shit what they're doing.
Like
what's up with you? And yeah.
I was recently, found out at work that I don't do anything.
Wait a minute. Didn't you just tell a story about how you got the pool fixed?
But I don't do anything.
Yeah, she siphoned a chlorine tank out.
Exactly. So.
But according to another coworker, I don't do anything all day anyway. Now, mind you, I start my day 3.5 hours before she does. And when I go home every day, all my maintenance tickets are closed.
And what exactly does she do?
Cleans up people's shit.
Well, alrighty then. I mean, if you clean as shit, you really ain't got much to say. Just saying.
But, you know, so between the fact that I don't do anything and I have piss poor customer service skills, although all the guests find me rather delightful, you know, life's been good.
You have piss poor. What?
Yeah, we had a guest who left a review saying I had piss poor customer service skills.
Because you didn't give them what they wanted?
Because I was not intimidated by his bad boy act.
Oh,
and told him that
oh, you ran into a Kyle.
Right.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This didn't even qualify as a Kyle, okay? Because
that's bad.
Dude, you want to mess with me? I'm gonna dig dirt on you. Okay? I'm gonna dig dirt on you.
I don't even know who Kyle is.
I mean,
Kyle's Karen. Kyle is Karen's husband.
Okay.
It's Karen's boy toy.
Boy toy. I'm sorry.
I don't even know if Karen's married.
Yeah, the boy toy. Yeah, there you go.
I thought that was Chad. Okay, this is
no. Chad is
Fox.
Chad
He's
is
got
the
Fox, motocross gear, a monster,
Chad
the Oakley glasses.
Right. With the shorts on. Chad is the ex-husband.
Oh, okay.
Chad's the first husband. Kyle is the boy toy.
Okay.
There you go.
But yeah, he was not impressed with the fact that I was not intimidated by him and his large group of buddies who tried to tell me that he was told one thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, there's no way our assistant manager would have told you that. You are more than welcome to call back when she comes here, or you can call back tomorrow when our manager is in house. However, no.
How old was this dude?
I have bras older than him.
Yeah, so yeah, this sounds like a kidnap or some type of shit like that.
I think what pissed him off the most is the fact that the entire time he's standing there trying to intimidate me with his large group of wannabe fiends, I kept a smile on my face, and just that pure Southern hospitality that people up here are not used to. And he was just one more word out of his mouth away from a bless your heart.
Yeah, see, people like that, you can tell.
Not to bless your heart.
You can tell that shit must have worked for him before, where he's just like, oh, me and my buddies, like ganging up on people. But yeah, you get a bless your heart and you feel real dumb.
Well, and I mean, it's like, first off, dude, did you not recognize that my accent is not like everybody else's here? I'm a Southern redneck girl. 9 times out of 10, I was usually the only girl in the group. And keep messing with me, I'll make a few phone calls and my fiends will show up.
Just saying.
Just saying. You know, it's all good. I mean, hubby was ready to roll. Like, don't screw with people who have access to your credit card number and your address.
I don't think people realize that. Like, don't make people angry that have access to all of your personal information. Like, are you nuts?
Yeah, that was, you know, my
word to the wise. Word to the wise. Please do not make people mad that have access to your information. Just saying.
Or who might be a little crazier and have less fucks to give than you do.
Just saying.
Because I will straight fried green tomato your ass.
I still have not seen that movie.
Greatest scene ever when Bette Midler goes, really? It's okay, my insurance is better than yours, and rams her Cadillac into little Miss Priss's car 15 times. Steal my parking space, I dare you.
Yo. Yeah. That was one of those HBO movies that when HBO used to just play movies and you randomly tuned in. That's how I caught that.
That's one of those chick flicks that I would gladly sit and watch.
So
I had nothing else to watch, so it was the only thing on. I can't say it was a good movie or a bad movie. I mean, it was entertaining enough for me to watch all the way through. So, but does anybody remember when HBO used to show movies and you just used to sit up all day and watch movies, especially when you cut school?
Dude, between like, this is probably the days that you're talking about, but when I was in like maybe 7th, 8th grade, I had a super fucked up sleeping schedule, and my grandparents had a subscription to HBO, and I just ran that shit like all night. It was amazing. I loved that shit. I'd watch the same movie. I saw Fight Club like 85 times just between like 2 and 3 in the morning. It was great.
Yeah, like literally, HBO used to be cool as hell. You literally just sit up and watch movies all day. No commercials, no nothing, just movie after movie after movie. Then they show you a behind the scenes, and then they show you another movie, and you just sit there for like 8 hours watching movies.
That was how I got introduced to Nightmare on Elm Street at
Yeah.
5.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's how I saw the rest of Nightmare on Elm Street. Like my mom, I think, watched the first one, rented the first one from Blockbuster, and she didn't watch any of the other ones until way later in life. But yeah, I watched the rest of Nightmare on Elm Street on HBO. That was, yeah. I can't even remember whose house I was at, but we were just sitting there watching it. It was just like, ooh, I'm not going to sleep tonight.
like here's my deal.
Yeah,
With all this,
I see why they didn't let me see this shit.
with all the streaming services now, why can we not have like a retro HBO, a retro Showtime, a retro
Boomerang.
Cinemax?
Yeah.
Even, you know what? Even have the fuzzies, the cloudy skinemax. You know, where you had to look at the TV sideways, try to figure out what was going on the TV screen.
Like, can we not just, like, with all the streaming services out there, can we just not have like a retro throwback channel?
That would be so nice.
I feel like I think it was my
used to be
brother was recently telling me that Mighty Ducks is now played on Turner Classic Movies, and that kind of made me depressed. I was like, damn, has it been that long?
Yeah.
Like, I remember Turner Classic Movies used to be like
nothing but old
like
movies.
old shit.
Nothing but old movies. Yeah.
Talk to me when you
Yeah.
turn the radio on and the shit you were jamming to it as a kid is now considered classic.
Classic rock. Yeah, that's like Green Day's classic rock now, apparently. Okay.
Yeah. Everything that I listened to in the 90s is now on the oldies station. And I'm just
Yeah,
Right.
so Steve Miller Band, what is that now? Like oldies?
like, yeah, I would suspect that it's in the oldies section.
Like, I can't tell you, like, I get excited here lately because, like, every time I get in my car and I turn the radio on, it's, I swear to God, Straight Up by Paula Abdul, and I have no choice
Not straight up.
but to crank the radio, dance in my seat, and sing every freaking word. And I don't even care who's sitting beside me. Like,
Yo.
it is straight up front seat karaoke.
Yes. Gotta love Paula Abdul. Man, Paula Abdul was yeah. We liked Paula Abdul growing up.
And then I think yesterday it was I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany.
Oh no.
Oh, I know that song.
Oh no. Not I think
Yeah.
we're alone. Oh no. Not I think we're alone now. No.
Oh,
No.
And I sing every word.
Oh my God. I think we're alone. Okay, let me stop before we get. Wow. I think we're alone now.
And I was like, no, because people are looking at me like I'm stupid because I got the windows down and the like all the way up. I don't care.
But you know what though? I was sitting in my car the other day before the car decided it just didn't want to do right. And I was like, I'm that guy that I used to watch driving down the street, bumping the old school classics with the windows down, with the radio all the way up. And I'm that guy now. Oh man, I'm that guy. Like, I mean, it's cool, but I'm that guy.
Like, you're sitting thinking back to when you were like 7 or 8 making fun of that guy.
Yeah.
Now you're like, damn.
I'm that right. Like, damn, I'm that guy now, you know. It's like literally used to have the OGs going down the block, you know, bumping oldies or whatever, bumping the Isley Brothers or something like that. And I literally used to watch them like, yo, why you got this radio up so loud? Don't nobody want to hear the Isley Brothers bumping down the street. And as I got older, and I was like, you know, you walk outside, somebody outside playing the Isley Brothers or something. Either you know one or two things. There was a party going on somewhere, a party was getting ready to go on somewhere, or somebody needed some brown liquor because they just needed some brown liquor. It was bad. So yeah, now I'm like,
When
I'm that guy.
when I worked in Colorado, occasionally my girl would get off, so I'd like walk to where she worked, pick her up super late at night, and I'd have to wait outside on like Fridays right by the boulevard, and motherfuckers would go up and down the street all night playing oldie shit. Like, you'd see the same car going back and forth like 10 times. And yeah, it was never really young kids. It was usually like OG motherfuckers, and if it was a young kid, they were like not the one to fuck with, because if
Yeah.
they're listening to some shit like that, chances are their friends or people that raised them do.
Yeah.
All the young ones were like chilling in like the Wendy's parking lot around their cars, like afraid to actually drive them. But like the lowriders and shit, you could tell like the demographic of the people going up and down the boulevard.
Man, look, it was. I really, really, really did. I thought about it. I was like, I had all my windows down. I was playing something. Can't even remember what it was. I was playing something, and I was like, "Yo, I'm that guy now. I'm that guy now." Just top down rolling. I'm that guy.
But if you see a 19-year-old kid pull up next to you, some cholo playing Earth Angel, do not fuck with him.
Listen. You gotta know the songs that are brown liquor songs, as we like to call them. And you don't mess with the brown liquor people, because if they pull up on you, no, you just keep on going. But like, hey, whatever you're going through, boss, I feel you. Whatever.
You're having a worse day than I am. I am fucking with you.
Well, there's a very big difference between what Brittany plays when she's in the car alone, what she plays when she's in the car with her boyfriend, and what she plays when she's in the car with me. And it's hilarious.
Girl, she got like 40 different playlists. She got a playlist. She has a playlist.
She should be an Uber driver.
Right. She has a playlist for everybody. Like, okay, I'm sitting in the car with the boyfriend. Let me hit this playlist right here.
Brittany enjoys her music so much and is all over the place in what she listens to, that tonight at the baseball game, she is so looking forward to the 7th inning stretch, because the 7th inning stretch song is Sweet Caroline. Oh yeah.
Listen, I like this kid. I really do, because she sounds a lot like me and my musical taste. It's all over the place.
Yeah, she was listening to 21 Pilots before they ever became mainstream. She's like, "Mom, you gotta listen to this song," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?"
My kids tried to get me to do that, and I was just like, I'm not into mumble rap. If I can't understand what the dude is saying, I'm good with that, boss. I'm good.
Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to figure out why everybody's sleeping on Thundercat right now.
Listen, I am not sleeping on Thundercat. When you posted that, I wanted to hit you up and be like, what you know about that Thundercat? I've been listening to Thundercat since it's a boy name.
She's visibly upset about this. Are you okay, Tora?
Yo, Thundercat has been
listening to and if you are, why you ain't put me on, Chris?
My bad.
Yikes.
Well, you know what though? Because Thundercat is so.
I knew he was your type dude because he's very P-Funk era-ish.
Yeah, but he's so out there sometimes with a song, like the song that you posted. I'd heard it before and I was dying. Yes, I was dying when I heard that song the first time. I was dying. I was like, this fool really did do it. But the song that really got me was when he did a song with Kenny Loggins and Michael McDowell. And I was like, yo, this is...
Yeah, it slaps. It slaps. Yeah,
it does. It really does. It really, really does. So
and then I had to go back and see the previous video to understand that video.
Yep.
And understand about the samurai with no arm.
Yep.
Why you ain't tell me about Thundercat?
I'm sorry.
Damn, I gotta write that down.
Thundercat.
You gotta listen to Thundercat. Thundercat really is that cat. Like if you just really into just like the funk or whatever, and you're you like a good song that just you can get into, that's the one. Thundercat got a whole album that one of the first times in this century that I went through and did not hit the skip button anywhere.
Oh, see, I'm gonna have to listen to the whole album then.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I find that on YouTube Music?
You can find him on YouTube Music.
Okay.
Yo,
I got that, and I also got something for you, Chris, post show.
You know who else hits?
Who that?
Sir John Redcorn. Y'all ever see
name sounds familiar. I'm trying to.
Name, sir. The song is John Redcorn, which of course the name sounds familiar because it's King of the Hill.
Yes.
But
yeah.
Somebody should told me. Because I was like,
Thundercat's Drunk album was the one album that I went through. I listened to that whole album. Did not hit the skip button at all. Like he really.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, but Dragon Ball Do-Rag. Yeah, when you posted that, I was like, yo, she found it. Like she found it.
And the reason I kept watching it because I was like, is that Quinta? and it was Quinta. So I was like, okay, I like Quinta, so let me see what the video is about.
Mhm.
And then I was like, is that Doja Cat? And for the longest, I thought it was Doja Cat, but it's like Cali Uchis, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say her last name, but
Yeah.
okay, this video was fucking funny. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was
Like
hilarious.
he is. His music and his music titles are hilarious, and the videos are hilarious. But you can vibe with it. Like you just get lost in it and be like, okay, cool.
A good vibe
I'm gonna have to
movie.
get that.
Yeah, he's really Thundercat's really a cool dude.
Yeah. Well, nobody told me that, so I had to find out on my own.
It's all right.
Well, look, I learned something new today, so it's all good. My
All
day
right.
is accomplished. I learned something new.
There you go. So yeah. Tell Brittany. I like that. We're gonna have to talk musical taste one day.
Oh, she is all over the place.
So what else?
Well, how was your week, Tora?
Yeah, we didn't get to your week. We went
Oh.
to a week and just lost it.
My week was a lot busier than I expected to be, but I think that's how the month is gonna end up being, which I'm fine with. I'm totally good with. I did launch my Instagram page finally, even though I was supposed to do it yesterday. I launched it at like 4 this morning.
Was it
And
about
that-
5? Was it about 5 a.m. when I actually hit y'all up?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I was still there, and I was still doing it. So I was like, "Hey, whoop, got it." By the way, she's finally up and running.
You guys would be really, really happy for her because she finally opened the box. She finally opened the box, y'all.
What? 3
Yeah.
months?
It only took her about 2 months to open the box, but she opened the box, y'all.
And as you can see, I still cannot let my beauty go. My old school baby, she still sticks around. But
As much as you guys had told me to get some rest,
I know.
I think we've done a very good job on this here podcast. I could not be more excited about season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, however long we're gonna do this. I can't be more excited about it because we are doing.
I'm
such a
kind of
good
peeved
job.
about this. That other one you were talking about. I don't want to say too much, but
Yeah,
that's
man,
definitely
it's-
going to be interesting.
Yeah.
More to come.
More to come. We got man, 2, 3 on the line right now. So Xennials summer vacation is going to be very, very interesting. So stick around, stay tuned, keep checking us out because we're going to have a lot of stuff coming up.
summer vacation is going to be very limited. Ain't no vacation. We don't sleep up over here.
We don't
Mm-mm.
sleep. We
Ain't
don't
no-
sleep.
We're going
Ain't
to
no
do a
rest.
10-hour podcast, guaranteed. We'll make sure not to schedule it during the county series.
Look,
Listen,
very few things in this world I'm passionate about.
Softball.
It is not
And-
softball. I don't give a rat's ass about a softball. If you need a ball that's the same size as your head, big enough to hit, you ain't playing. There ain't no
Listen.
challenge.
I miss softball. Softball was the game of my youth. You know what I'm saying? Just, playing piggy, just playing softball, period. That was the game. Really, softball actually introduced me to baseball. So when I was playing softball,
it is a good
yeah,
segue sport.
when I was playing softball, one of the coaches was like, try out for the baseball team. So I tried out for the baseball team too. Got interested in baseball after that.
See, I wanted to play baseball, but my school said, no, there's a girls softball team. You have to play for that. Fuck you.
Who the hell wants to play for girls softball?
But you know
Well,
what?
let me not say that. Girls softball teams.
Look, I ain't got nothing against them. I've known some power hitters and some power players in my day. I want the challenge.
Oh yeah.
But you wouldn't have that problem these days because
No, you'd be able to
girls
just
play
identify.
football. If they'll let girls out there to play football, I'm pretty sure you playing
No,
baseball.
No, because Title IX states that as long as there is an equivalent in the female form, that's the one.
Oh yeah. So if the college has a female baseball team, you got to play on a female baseball team, which kind of sucks though.
Which
Yeah,
for
full line.
it's never a college female baseball team, it's the softball team, but that is how Title IX gets past letting girls play baseball.
You know what?
Yeah.
There's a hole I could have really dug right now, and I'm gonna leave this one alone because we're not prepared properly for it. But Adam, I think we're on the same page. But anyway, we're not prepared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Save that for season 2.
Okay,
Listen. So, I mean, I personally love baseball. So I'm gonna end that. I think I shocked Amy when she figured out that I like baseball. No, it was hockey.
Right.
Hockey.
I think when you told me you liked hockey is when I looked at you and said you ain't black.
Oh man, she took the Joe Biden approach.
Well, no,
You
because
like hockey, you ain't black.
no, it was just because I was like, what is your take on football? And he's like, it's all right. And I was like, okay, what about basketball? And he's like, it's cool, but if you really want to get my attention, it's hockey. And I thought to myself, all right, look, in all of hockey, I think there is like maybe, I was going to say, you can count on one hand the number.
You talking about black players?
Yes.
Yeah, you can count on your hand, maybe two hands, how many there is right now.
Right.
It's very, very limited.
Even then, and then the number of fans.
It's a Canadian sport.
It's weird because there are some African American hockey fans that are like on the down low.
Was a Dallas Star, and he was.
And then there's people like me.
He won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, he did. And then there's people like me who are like, Blackhawks are my team. They've been my team. I've watched them since the mid 80s when I first started to understand what the sport was. Well, not watch them, listen to them on the radio, because back then you couldn't watch them on TV because history. So as I got older, I kept up with them. But I mean, all of my Chicago teams I keep up with. Like literally, I keep up with every last one of them. Even when the XFL was around, I kept up with the XFL teams.
Dude.
Wow, we really just aged ourselves there.
Right.
Was that the one that was owned by Vince McMahon?
Yeah, the first
yeah. Where like they had just straight felons on the field.
It was wrestling meets football. It was like
shot another player like during a game just because that's how violent that shit was.
Yeah, that guy, that one. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, hockey caught my interest because it is so complicated and like you got to play within this confine and like, of course hockey fights were awesome. Skates. Yeah, why you all on skates?
You think your knees get fucked up playing football or some shit and like skate for 10 minutes on ice skates and then do that but be playing on an NHL level, like your shit'll get wrecked.
But
I've been a fan for years. I mean, I guess people are more shocked when I tell them baseball and like I can really get into baseball. Really get into baseball.
That. Hockey, I am a little surprised about, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that you're not African American.
No, it's a joke between me and Ames because she really did. She was really shocked. She was like, "You're not black, dude." I was like,
because it was just of everything that he was into. It was like of all the whitest of white sports. It was
golf. Fucking golf, dude.
No, because
badminton. Fucking like
actually golf I can
airsoft.
No, interestingly enough, I know a lot about golf too. I'm not a true fan, so to speak, because honestly I really didn't get into it until Tiger Woods, and then after Tiger Woods kind of started going in the opposite direction, golf still kept my interest. Like I'll literally sit there, I'll sit for about 40 minutes and watch a golf tournament. After that, I got to do something else. Unless it's pretty good, Unless it's pretty good.
I can't get into watching old white dudes chase white balls. Like, I just want to look at him and go, like, seriously, dude.
4 or 5 holes, ask them what they need. No, I do think that I touched on something. I feel like airsoft has to be the whitest sport. Like,
what the hell is airsoft the one with the frisbee?
No, airsoft is the one where the kids have the BB guns and they run around. It's paintball, but like with real guns.
Okay, that's gotta be that's a Caraway thing. Like,
listen, Caraway. We gonna keep that game to ourselves because it sounds fun, but no,
I've heard people have fun, but like every time that I've seen someone play it, they're usually just like the cringiest fucking people, and I'm like, God, you're the one that makes like anti-gun people nervous.
I also like soccer. Like, I'll get into a good soccer match.
Yeah.
I'll get into a good soccer match.
Like
Again,
with golf,
it's another one of those situations where I can probably only watch it for about a good 40 minutes, and then I got to move away from it because it's like it feels like it goes on forever. Sometimes you're just like, come on, man.
I can get into a good beach volleyball game.
If I watch beach volleyball, it makes me want to go out and play volleyball. It's that one sport that you sit there and watch, and you're like, dude, I wish I could go play some volleyball right now.
Right? Like my wrists are gonna hate me in the morning, but I don't care.
Oh yeah, whole body gonna hate you because you just. But yeah, sports for me is just like people would think I wouldn't get into them. I can tell you a lot about a lot of different sports. But yeah, baseball and hockey are two of my favorites. Football, basketball are, I get into them as well. Of course, I'm a Bears fan. God bless me.
You know what? I'm not even going to throw any shade because like I get the same thing when people hear I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm like, whoa, stop. I am Cowboys 99 and before. Everything 99 and later. No.
I think fandom is weird because like I love my Bears, but I'm also a Raiders fan, and I've been a Raiders fan since the 80s. So like I can tell you who was on the Raiders. Really what caught my interest with the Raiders was John Madden and Bo Jackson, because Bo Jackson by far is one of my all-time favorite players. Football, baseball, one of my all-time favorites. Deion Sanders, all-time favorite. Frank Thomas, guys like that were my favorites. Ken Griffey Jr., A-Rod pre-steroids. Wasn't that much of a fan of Jeter. I always thought Jeter was a little prima donna-ish.
Who did Mark McGwire play for?
Cardinals. And I was never really a Mark McGwire fan. Like basically because the Cubs Cardinal rivalry is why I really wasn't a McGwire fan, but
probably hated his face.
But when he played in Oakland, I loved him. I loved the guy when he played in Oakland. Him and Jose Canseco was killing the game in Oakland. Wish they could have won that World Series if they would. Actually, they did win that World Series. No, I think they came up a year later. But yeah, like
Jeter used to be good, and then the fame got to his head.
Is that what it was?
It really was. The fame went to his head on top of, he kind of like when it came to baseball, he became the name you knew. Like he was in the name you knew. Yeah. I can remember because for me, I'm diehard Yankees.
Yeah.
Like pride and true. Yeah. I told Brittany, I don't care what team you like. You're allowed to like whatever baseball team you like. But the minute you tell me you like the Red Sox, you're out of my house. Okay. That's how diehard Yankees I am. Okay.
Listen, I told my kids, it was like the only other hat, because they asked me why don't I have a Rangers cap, and I was like, huh? And I was like, the only other cap that you will ever see me wear is a Yankees cap, because I've been a Yankees fan as well since the 80s. Like when my fandom in sports started in the 80s when I was like 7 or 8, and then I started understanding what the sports were and understanding the players and everything like that. Yankees were one of my teams, man. Especially because of Ricky Henderson, David Winfield, Reggie Jackson, all of those, some of the great players that came through the Yankees. So for me, it was like, that's the only other cap you will ever see. I won't even wear a Cubs cap, because I'm from the south side of Chicago, and the only thing you wear on the south side of Chicago is a Sox cap. Point blank, plain simple. You won't see me with a Cubs cap on, even though I keep up with them.
Right.
It's the Chicago thing, but I would never wear a Cubs cap.
I can remember watching a Yankees game, and I want to say it was in the World Series. I watched Jeter himself be responsible for 4 errors. And of those 4 errors, only 1 was attributed. And it pissed me the fuck off. Because I was like, the only reason he's getting the ride on those is the name.
Yeah, Jeter, I was never really a fan. I was a fan of A-Rod when he was in Seattle. When he signed that monster contract to come to Texas, I was like, cool, because I was here. And I was like, cool. But he kind of just, you started seeing the difference in A-Rod. Also because they moved him to third base, which they should have never done. But they moved him to third base, and then he just kind of fell off from there. But I was a huge fan of A-Rod. Ken Griffey, loved it when he was in the Sox uniform, even though he was at the tail end of his career. Loved seeing him in the Sox uniform. Loved seeing Bo Jackson in the Sox uniform. I actually had a Bo Jackson jersey. Got lost, but I had a Bo Jackson jersey. Loved that guy.
You have
we are aging ourselves.
Oh man. Yeah.
Big
Was he the
time.
one that did the episode of It's Always Sunny where he drank like 73 beers on a flight or something? I can't remember. I know that there's like crazy fucking stories about Bo Jackson. Like it wasn't just that he was a crazy athlete. Like he was like superior human being in general.
Oh yeah, Bo Jackson was different.
Like motherfucker would rip doors off of their hinges accidentally. Like whoops.
Bo Jackson was built different. You want to talk about built different? Bo was built.
It was
different.
amazing too because he was not like looking at him. He was not built for baseball.
Architects were studying his bone structure for foundation improvements on skyscrapers.
Like he was the guy you wanted on your front line on the football team.
Okay.
He was not the person that when you looked at him and they were like, yeah, he plays sports. Baseball was not the one that came to the top of your mind.
6 foot wide.
Like Bo was, man, the Bo Nose campaigns, man. The first pair of Bo Jackson sneakers from, did I just say sneakers? Bo Jackson jumpers from Nike. Yeah, love. Man, I loved everything about Bo from the time he started to the time he finished. Same with Ken Griffey. Watch Ken Griffey as a rookie all the way through his career. Like I said, I loved it when he was in the Sox uniform. Even if he was at the end of his career, he was in a Sox uniform. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Like Latour hates this so much right now.
I think we lost her. I think we lost her somewhere. She'll be back though. She'll be back.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the freestyle. We end up everywhere. I mean,
Right.
we started with music and somehow ended up at sports.
Mm-hmm.
We
We
threw
talking
some-
baseball.
We threw some movies in there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the
Mention
freestyle.
Blockbuster.
Right. We did mention Blockbuster.
You know,
Hey,
you can
here's
actually.
here's a free plug for Hollywood Video too. Rest in peace.
Right. No, do you know you can actually, there is an Airbnb and a Blockbuster and you can rent. It has been, I kid you not, I don't remember where it's located, but it is the last full-fledged Blockbuster building.
One in the one that they
I know
did the
there's one in
special on
Alaska.
Netflix on. They did a Netflix
There's
special
one.
on that one.
I think
Well, there's like a
so.
Juneau, Alaska one.
Yeah, it's like somewhere way out there where you would never think.
No,
I also saw the dude who refurbished
It is
his
in-
house to look like a Blockbuster.
it's in Oregon. It's
Okay.
in Oregon.
God damn, the last Blockbuster
Oh.
y'all is in Oregon. Who runs this Blockbuster? Is it the Blockbuster company, the same company that owns
Yeah.
Blockbuster, or is it somebody different?
I have no idea, but it was like, I thought to myself, if I could pull it off,
This
like
might be the same dude that just bought out the store.
screw having, the epic 80s skating party, to have that, if I had the money and the means, I so would have just rented this Blockbuster and had like an old school retro party there. Cause
It's an Airbnb?
it's an Airbnb. Yeah.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Dang, that's dope.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it is in Bend, Oregon.
That is amazing. Tor, where you at?
Trying to find this Blockbuster.
Well, at least we know she's paying
It's
attention.
like
All
it's
right.
like a super 90s like fold out couch and shit. All the
Hang
furniture
on,
is like
hang
90s.
on. I
It's
got
pretty
y'all.
dope.
I got y'all. Here's the whole write-up on it in an article. I sent it in our chat. Yeah, so it's like, I miss, like, one of the perks when I first moved here was there was still a video rental place.
I think there's one down the street from me, but I'm not sure if it's open still. But I think there's one like right down the
Yeah,
street.
movie trading company is still a thing.
No,
Because
like,
I've been seeing most of them close.
No, it's still going. It's alive and thriving in Irving.
Okay.
no, we had an actual, it was called Family Video here in fucking North Bumfuck. And they ran, awesome movie specials. You earned free rentals based on this or that. And it was like, oh my God, I gotta move here.
Wow.
And then they closed it.
Of course. Of course.
Like, you fuckers.
Of course. But those were some good days back then, man.
Right? Like,
Walk
I
in the
would,
video store and just
I would kill
Sneak
for a
Hellraiser
retro
into your
arcade.
grandmother's cart and then get traumatized Awesome.
I would kill for a retro arcade.
So I went to a restaurant a couple of weeks ago, over here in the Highlands area. I forget what it's called, but right next to a comedy club. I forget what the name of the restaurant is. They had an arcade in the restaurant, which was awesome, and they had some games in there I haven't seen in God knows how long. I've seen seen these games, from wrestling games to shoot. They had they really legit had so many games in there that I couldn't. The place was like, it was hard to walk around because they had a lot of games in there, but at the same time, there were a lot of old school games. And
I think I know what place you're talking about.
Main Busters and Cheeses.
Main Busters and Cheeses. Yeah.
That's what we'll say, so we don't free advertising, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. No. It wasn't DB's. Trust me, it wasn't DB's. But
I know that there's a couple in. You said it was Fort Worth.
No, in the Highlands.
It's Black Dog. Okay,
Yeah.
shout out for
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Black
yeah.
Dog Retro Arcade.
Yeah, Black Dog.
Yes,
That's what it was.
I remember when I first saw their ad for them, and I was like, "You fuckers! just hand me a beer and let me go do my thing."
Man, for $20, literally, you can go in there and play all the games you want with a bar right next to it.
That's dope. Yeah,
So-
I was worried
so-
the barcades would disappear after.
Yeah, you got a bar. So the bar is on one side on the left and the arcade's on the right. Like, dude, that was the best. Absolute best.
Yeah, I so hate because they've only been open for a year or two now.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I saw the ad for it right after I moved here, and I was like, "You motherfuckers!" And then my response was, "Fuck," and then it was like, "Fuck them kids."
Shout out to Tora for giving us our mascot for the week, because that was awesome. When I got that message, I was just like, "You are awesome!
Oh man.
Right?
You are awesome." Caraway was probably saying that at his job all week. Like, you know what?
It may have been a little mantra.
Exactly.
Words to live by.
They are words to live by. I promise you, they are words to live by.
Yes.
Like, those are words to live by every day of the week. When you walk into a place and people just getting on your nerves, just, you know what? Fuck them kids.
Mhm.
I'm out.
Mhm.
Just like
I could be somewhere else right now.
exactly. Like,
I just keep reminding myself that I'm too old for this bullshit.
man. And at first I was like, yo, I'm gonna sound like the old person in the room talking about fuck them kids. But then I was like, you know what? Nah, fuck them kids, man.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck
bruh.
'em.
Fuck them. Got time for this shit.
And y'all got a kick out of her the way I did.
Listen,
Girl.
was dying. I was dying.
I had to explain myself. I had to be like, guys, I know. Just look at this. Listen to this.
I was dying, bro. I was dying.
See, that's how you know you're still young, because you felt the need to explain yourself to people so they would understand. Nah.
No, see,
No, I
what
got
it
called
is-
out because I was laughing, and they were like, "What are you laughing at?" It wasn't a young thing.
Basically, no. See, you should have just been like, "Fuck them kids."
I
Yeah,
would have
fuck
been
'em.
like, if you know, you know.
So
Right.
just a little bit to backtrack a little bit on what, well, sort of kind of on what y'all were talking about earlier, the arcades and stuff.
Yep.
Listen, when you guys get a chance, Google Maniac Mansion. There's a place back home that I don't know if he's my classmate. He might be a little bit older. He was like, "Fuck this! I'm combining everything I love." He has it's called Maniac Mansion, and it's an arcade cereal bar, and it's quite.
Wait. Did you say cereal bar?
An arcade cereal bar. I
An
did.
arcade cereal bar. Why are we not here? Why are we here? What are we doing?
We should just podcast from that.
Why
as
are
the
we
studio.
doing this? It's $8 for an all day free pass and $9
Yeah.
for eat and play combo. Why are we here?
Let's get some
Why are we
cameras,
here?
get some streaming equipment.
Well, unfortunately, they open at 6, so you know
Hmm.
they open at 6, so they close right now. But
Okay.
Why are
So
we here?
okay, so if somebody can hook me up with some travel arrangements there, I can take care of accommodations. Okay. I can take care of accommodations if somebody can give me there.
Oh wait,
Just
they're
do
only
like a
gonna be-
weekly
oh,
podcast
crap.
where
They're
we
gonna be
fly it
only
out.
open. According to this, they're only open on Wednesdays now.
Because of COVID and shit.
Yeah,
No,
starting the
no, no, no.
16th.
Okay, wait, hang on.
5
That's
bucks.
okay. No, they'll now be open on Wednesday night.
nights. Yeah. I just reread that.
A
I just
wristband
reread
gets you unlimited games all night.
Yep. And
No.
cereal sold separately. Yeah,
Did you not come up with a banging idea?
dude, that is awesome right there. Like you just put everything in one bar. Oh my goodness.
They do a Saturday night 6 to 11.
Listen. They got
What
is that a Dungeon and Dragons? No, that's Mario Checkers game. They got checkers, they got Jenga, they got Shoots and Ladders, Battleship, Clue. Like literally, they took every game and every book and they got Monopoly. Yo, Uno cards. Like literally, they have everything.
Why?
He literally thought of everything and just took it and put it all in one building.
Balls.
And
I
whoa. They got movie chairs so you can play games on the TV.
I need
Bruh.
to be there. I need to be there right now. Like,
This
I'm not
is
even gonna lie.
nice.
I would forego baseball for this.
They have Pong. 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 Wow. You know what?
Road trip.
Yeah. Taking a road trip, buddy. Old school Super Mario Brothers arcade version. Ooh, Tekken
Wait.
3. They got the original Tekken 3 with
Okay,
the
well-
widescreen big old board. Oh man.
Okay, well, I got Tekken 3, but
They got Marvel versus Capcom 2.
But do you have Pong though?
Bruh, they even got that's not Dungeons Dragons. What's that card
Dude,
game?
that looks like so much fucking fun.
What's that card game? Damn, I can't think of what this card game is called right now. But
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering. That's one. That's what they got. That's what that is.
Look, somewhere in all my stuff, I have an epic unbeatable fire deck. Okay.
Sweet. They got a Wreck-It Ralph game in there too. Wow.
I'm
I
mad.
played that at Chuck E.
I'm-
Cheese's.
Oh, they even got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Like,
when I
I'm
went
mad that it's like a 2-hour drive for you guys. I'm mad.
Right. So when I went to the bar, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game was down. I was so mad. That was my second go-to game in any arcade. The first one was always Pac-Man. The second one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
See, I was Galaga.
Galaga, oh man, Galaga was the one. They even got dominoes, y'all. They got a dominoes
Donkey
table.
Kong though.
They got a dominoes table, y'all.
You know what?
Oh, and they do music on the outside. So he just sits at somebody goes outside and does music. This is pretty freaking epic. And they got book. Oh, you can pretty much just sit here and chill.
Yeah. Chill
Wow.
spot.
This is
Where is
they
this
got
at?
Simpsons. Wichita Falls?
Ah.
Yeah, man.
The only thing to do out there.
We might take a road trip, bro.
Look,
We might
It's
have
like a
to
cool 14
Caraway.
hours for you. You can pull that.
Caraway, we're gonna have to
I got a
come. We're gonna have to come get you, or you gonna have to meet us halfway, and then we can hit the road or something. Cause
Shit, we can go on my
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar van.
Kendrick Lamar van.
Look.
Will the Kendrick Lamar van make it? That's all I want to know. Will it make it?
There and back. Or
There
just
and
there.
back.
I got 3 people who bring me back.
Will it make
Look.
it there and back?
Can I get a ride back?
it's gonna take me 15 hours to get there.
Take you 15 hours in the Jimmy? You know the Jimmy go about 130 miles an hour.
15. Look, 15 hours and $900 in gas.
Yeah, I was about to say the gas is gonna be hella expensive, but you know the Jimmy go about 125 miles an hour.
No,
what's
easily.
up.
That thing could easily break this
Listen,
speed sound barrier.
the funny
Or-
thing about GMC's Jimmys was that was the one truck that I actually wanted when I was growing up because it ran so smooth and so fast. And you get behind the
Yeah,
wheel
it
of that
is
thing,
kind of for the shape that it is,
exactly
surprisingly aerodynamic.
the aerodynamic shape to it.
Brittany had to tell me at one point we stopped to get gas when I bought it and we were coming home. She was like, Mom, can you slow down, please?
Exactly. You don't even know you're going that fast.
But that was the first one where they had worked the roll feature out, right?
I
Like the
think
first
so.
one that you could safely actually turn, or
Yeah.
would you still?
I think so. I think
Oh,
that
no,
was
no,
the first one.
Oh no! I still take turns easy in mine.
Okay, so yeah, you got the one that's actually safe to turn in.
Yeah, this was hers is literally the model that I wanted. I wanted that one, and I wanted it in black. Of course, I want everything.
Got
in
all
black.
the kinks out and shit.
I mean, any
yeah,
and everything I wanted all black. But
I've got the 96 with the automatic 4-wheel drive. I just push a button.
Wow, bro.
Look,
Listen.
my car is so old, it still has a cassette deck.
Or what you got?
Bonnets.
Bonnets. Y'all, have y'all heard this conversation about the bonnets? Have y'all heard
No.
Have you heard the conversation about the bonnets? All right, Tora, fill me in on the bonnets.
So apparently, Big Sis Monique decided she needs to comment and tell women how they don't need to be wearing bonnets outside and put the headscarves away and no pajamas and house shoes outside the house. Now here's the thing. Bonnets, I don't really wear. I mean, if I run out to the car and I come back, yeah, but I don't really wear a bonnet outside the house. But a headscarf,
Aren't bonnets church hats?
Headscarf. You said what?
No, bonnets are those things that women
It looks
wear.
like a
Shower caps?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
that
shower
shit
caps.
I do find trashy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to
Listen.
say it, but if I see that and I'm like, oh, don't.
Now here's the thing. I personally don't do a bonnet outside, but y'all all know I will do a headscarf in a minute. Everyone here has
Queen
seen
of
me do
headscarves.
it.
See,
I think you
that
got a
takes
headscarf for every
skill
outfit.
and time and patience to prepare. Like, and I don't get me wrong, like I understand it. Like your hair is different than my hair. Like you have to treat it and condition it differently based on your like ethnicity, as fucked up as that is to say. But like, yeah, no, scarves are the way to go, man. The shower cap shit.
Listen, I hate to say it. I hate
The biggest fan of bonnets, but I'm also not the biggest fan of telling people what they need to do with themselves. So I just felt like it's a stupid conversation. Okay, here's the thing. Now, everybody knows, rephrase, all the black girls know, if you have on a bonnet, headscarf, bandana, do-rag, and you're in the hair store, it's the golden rule. You don't speak on it. If you listen, you already here trying to help yourself out in the hair store. We ain't gonna talk bad about you, sis. But the headscarf, I am a little offended because I like me a good headscarf. I keeps me a good headscarf. But
when's the last time Monique did anything relevant?
that's what it was. That's what it was. That's how you got to keep a name out there. That's what it that.
What controversial shit can I say this week?
That is exactly what a lot of people were like. When is the last time you did anything?
Like, think about it. Go ahead, Amy.
I'm just trying to think. When was the last time I heard that girl's name?
When she was trying to sue Netflix.
Yep, that was a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, when she was trying to sue Netflix because they paid who? Dave Chappelle more, or who they paid somebody else more?
Motherfucker was funny.
Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, one of them.
Oh, yeah,
you could name any Carrot Top.
But I'm just trying to think. I mean, even prior to that, when was the last time Monique was relevant? Like right up there when her show was like going neck and neck with Brandy.
You asking questions that we don't have answers to.
I have no answers. At the same time,
I'm gonna say before Cat Williams.
What year it was, but she had showed up at an awards show with a short dress on, but she didn't shave her legs, and everybody dragged her for it. And she got up there, hey, this is my body, these are my legs, I do what I want. But now she's dragging everybody for wearing bonnets, and they're like, didn't you do this?
You need to tell me that she went to a red carpet event and had pictures taken of her and was surprised that people called her out because she didn't shave her legs.
Lifted her skirt up and everything so you could see all the leg that was not shaved.
Yeah, this is a girl that likes to just draw up drama where she can find it. I feel like.
Look,
yeah.
This is as bad as that Instagram post that got sent to us in Messenger. I need y'all to do me a favor. Keep that little girl off social media, especially between us.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, did you miss that one? Did you miss Whoa Vicky? Y'all miss Whoa Vicky?
Listen, no. I didn't miss Whoa Vicky. I saw Whoa Vicky in the caption, and I scrolled. I did
it. I did it just like I did when you did it, Tora.
The purpose of me sending that was for y'all to look at this child and tell me what the hell is wrong with her.
I told y'all she needs to start hitting her name and look in the mirror and go, "Whoa, Vicky, we need to rethink this fuckery."
I didn't have the mental capacity at that time. Therefore, I felt like in order to contain myself mentally,
sometimes you're just too tired for this.
It was a mental health moment. You had to take a mental health moment.
Like look, here's my issue. Who did this girl's braids?
And why did they tell her it was a good ass idea?
Like, did Stevie Wonder do her braids?
Now I gotta go.
Stevie Wonder.
No, because you know Stevie got better braids than she do. So Stevie didn't do that shit.
But
whoa, Vicky, whoa, child, whoa, stop it, child, stop it. So let me touch back on Monique real quick because me and Tora had this conversation a couple of days ago when we were talking, and I get where she's coming from, and I would just say it's a generational thing. So those of us from a different generation believe in and have a different belief on how a woman should leave the house and how a woman should present themselves. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but that's just how we were taught. Like, a woman shouldn't leave the house. Should always leave the house looking their best. Same with men.
So why she come out with no shaved legs? Why she come out with them?
Wasn't she trying to? I think she was trying to make a point or something. I can't remember. I remember the show. I remember the uproar. I think she was trying to make a point about something. I don't know. Monique does too much to keep up with sometimes. You just like, Monique, what are you doing, honey? What are you doing?
Calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Just go ahead and sit down, sweetie. Sit down. But so
here's the thing.
What's up?
No, go ahead with what you.
I get where she's coming from, and I get where everyone else is coming from. Like, it's us. It's what we do. I'm coming from where we all came from. We saw it every day. We saw it every single day in, day out. We had the same, some of us had the same comments that Monique had, and then we looked at it again. It was like, maybe they're not having a good day today. Maybe they just comfortable. Actually, I've seen Tora with a scarf on, a blanket on, and look comfortable, like she's about to go to sleep. Pajama pants and everything, house shoes and all. And
compared to
the only reason we had to stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was keeping it tame because those motherfuckers practically brought in tents.
Exactly. Like, I watched Tora and a fellow coworker just,
all the time, baby. She wore
there's a hammock.
Right, you walk in the office, it really did look like a hammock in the office. You walk in the office, a blanket.
I can only imagine her setting up a wall during COVID. Like, y'all motherfuckers stay on the other side of that shit.
I remember when Tora at the theater became really notorious for her headscarves and her attempts to make, fun of somebody. And that's when the headscarves became a regular, everyday occurrence.
Every day.
Listen.
I gave you guys the best meme from that job with that goddamn headscarf.
Actually, that's when the headscarf made a comeback because she was mandated to take the headscarf off because of whatever. But when that situation broke out and it came back, the headscarf came back, and it was just the funniest thing because she was getting all those blessings. She was laying hands and giving blessings and whatnot. She was giving blessings.
Prayers and blessings for everyone.
I think my favorite was the day that we had the headscarf and the blessings and you left your phone unattended. Let me give you some foot pics.
Listen, I loaned her my iPad and I still have pictures to this day.
Yeah, I think I've got an iPhone sitting around here somewhere with some pictures.
Look, Tora,
I loaned her my iPad and I got pictures.
Tora, how many times did I leave my phone in your office next to you? And how many times did you pick up my phone and go, fuck?
Right. Listen, I have no problem with charging your phone. Just make sure the shit is on. If I gotta get on the radio and your ringtone pop that booty is on the radio with the damn Okay, well,
I remember when Amy's ringtone was "Pop That Booty." That shit was hilarious.
Oh, she had this ringtone that I was just like, what? I had to look at her. I was like,
It wasn't like
why?
some Marilyn Manson or something.
Why? She was like, fuck it. I was
Well, I think my favorite was the day that it went off on an airplane full of people with assholes.
Yeah.
And the passenger standing directly to my side went, what? I went, oh, it's my boss calling me. And he went, I need that ringtone. And I told him where he could find it.
Oh man, I remember having to share my password with a particularly short Colombian gentleman, and my password at the time was "I fucking hate my job" or something to that. I think it was just "I hate my job."
Yo, I
And
remember
he
that. I remember that.
type it
Oh
in
my
and he
god,
just-
I remember that. Yes.
dude.
I remember that. And you were like, nah, I really don't want to do this, Chris. I really don't want to do this. I was like, you ain't got no choice. We need your password. He was like, I hate my job. What? I hate my job. Oh, man. No, that cannot be your password. I was like, that's a good ass password, though. I think I might want to use that one day.
Yeah.
Wow. We really did go from one extreme to the other extreme to bonnets.
Yeah, we were talking about cereal bars, and now we're talking about shower caps and whether or not they're appropriate. I think that Tori did touch on something though. If I see them.
And fluffy house shoes that people walking out the house with, like, what is that?
If I see it in like a setting, you know, like even like a drugstore or like a beauty salon or some shit, like barbershop, I'm like, whatever. But when you're like getting groceries, the fuck, what is that?
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you look at it, you just like,
If you're in an Applebee's, like, what are you doing?
Not at Applebee's. Yeah. Listen,
I'm so lost.
I think we
now.
all had friends that had us doing different dumb shit. I'm not gonna lie. I've had my friends have put me in some dumbass situations, and you look back as an adult, you're just like, why was I standing out there with somebody shooting at me, standing there like I was bulletproof? Why?
How am I not in jail?
Why was I standing? Yeah, I wore that too. Why was I standing there? And you see the car coming around the corner. You see the dude in the window. You see the gun, and you see the shots. You're just standing there like, yeah, I'm not gonna get hit. Dude shooting at you. What? While I'm standing next to my friends, like, why are we here? Any of us gonna run? Somebody gonna run? No? Okay.
Nah.
You my friend. I can't run and leave you behind, so I have to stay here. Make sure you get out of this situation. Listen.
See, I was always generally the friend that got us into trouble, but then managed to turn around and get us right back out of it.
I was the guy that got us out of trouble. I couldn't get. I could get in trouble on my own, but I was the guy that got out of trouble. Like I had the plan. Like, okay, you move, I move. We gonna be good, but you gotta move when I move. You know?
You dip, I dip, we dip.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
No,
You see the door, and let's go.
I was the one that instigated, and then when it finally hit the fan, I was the one that walked over and went, whoa. It's not that serious.
Why?
And then
so
she's
serious?
like, "Do you want to see a magic trick?
Exactly. You want to see a magic trick?
Look at this pencil. It's an olive now."
No,
Why so serious?
It
Might want to look
depends.
that up.
I
It
will be the
depends on the
first to
state.
tell you, some of them do not go away. Some of them you're just gonna have to take to the grave with you, or at least your deathbed.
Listen, I think Caraway got some skeletons he ain't told us about, because if he know the answer to that question,
I just,
it's
I
okay.
keep up with laws and,
Yeah, you
and
do.
stuff.
Sure
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
With the Kendrick Lamar van, sure you do.
And
Hey,
the
man.
and
I got
the
babies on that bitch.
airsoft game.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a story to tell about that.
How many mailboxes, Caraway? How many was it?
And it involves the police department.
See.
Mailboxes, that is a federal offense,
Mhm.
which I don't know the statute of limitations on that one, but I'm gonna I've never touched a mailbox.
no drive-bys on the mailbox. Okay. All right.
You know,
Cool.
shit,
Cool.
bro.
You know, it's a really good thing that we do not do. It's a really good thing that we do not do video with our podcast currently, because I think sometimes if they saw the looks on our faces, I'm pretty sure the feds would be rolling up to all our houses.
Look, the only BLM that I'm afraid of is the Bureau of Land Management.
Ooh,
Ruby Ridge.
not the ooh. Those two words in the sentence just dude. I'm not listening to you. I'm two words. Just you good. Go ahead.
I'm on a list, I guarantee you. Men's Warehouse.
It's hilarious to me. Like as I've gotten older and looking back on the stories of things that we did, it's just like it's amazing.
Bro,
It's amazing that we're still alive, and it's amazing that some of us are not in jail.
Dude, Philadelphia, like just looking the history up of that city alone between 1960 and 1980, man, you know, they like the police department bombed that like whole neighborhoods.
Yep.
With like 300-pound bombs. They just lit a fuse and dropped it out of a helicopter, and they're like, yeah, that'll get them.
Yeah. One of the worst atrocities that a police department ever committed against, you know, a group of people. And it sucked because a lot of people didn't even know this happened until now.
I didn't know about it until it was like the Tiananmen Square type shit of, you know, I looked up the video footage and I'm like, dude, they were literally just dropping bowling balls of gunpowder out of helicopters.
Yeah. Like, dude, when I actually did I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I caught wind of the story. I'd heard it before. I heard it when I was younger, but you know, you don't really think of those things. But I went ahead and looked at the story and started reading different articles about it. Started reading about the police chief at that time and all of that. That story, man, if it ever really came out, the entire story, because I don't think the entire story ever came out, but if anybody ever got a hold of that entire story is just jacked up.
See, that's what confuses me. Is even in the age where we have technology, like we just walk around with it in our hands, how many people do you know, like, do you think know that Martin Luther King's family sued the like U.S. government and won over his assassination? Like they fucking admitted that they straight assassinated them, and then we're just like, yeah, nobody cared. I feel like, I don't know, I'd expect for there to be riots for decades over that shit.
You would think so. You would really think so. And literally, it was so low key that they won that if you weren't following that case, you would have never known it happened. It was so low key.
You'd be none the wiser.
Exactly. And you're right. With the technology that we have in our hands every single day and have access to every single day, you would think people would be more knowledgeable than they are. But we're in a generation, we're in a time frame where I think people are more turned off of knowledge, of equitable knowledge, and more turned on to celebrity knowledge.
Yeah, pop culture type
pop shit. Culture, yeah, pop culture knowledge. Like they don't want to know. They don't want to know the truth. But if Amy's name was Kim Kardashian and she said, "Hey, this happened," somebody's gonna listen, and then it's gonna go, you know, be on Twitter and TikTok and all that good stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just if it's not made knowledge by anyone in the media, then it's just it didn't happen.
Well,
it's the equivalent of it was on the internet, so of course it's true.
Right. And it's just like I need people to really start getting, you know, it is sad because I can walk in a library and you don't see anybody under the age of 30 in a library anymore.
You see homeless people trying to figure out what they're going to do once it closes.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't see anybody under the age of 30 in a library. You might see some little kids in the library because, of course, little kids are going to read, you know, the books that they have in there. But people under 30, you rarely see them in the library. And listen, as much as we say fuck them kids, I also remember the other poster that used to hang in my classroom was "Reading is fundamental."
Yeah.
Michael Jordan told me every day that reading is fundamental.
Well, it is, but you also had to learn to read beyond the words.
True. Yes, very true. Very true.
You had
Real
to.
quick, R.I.P. Eric Carl, dude who wrote The Very Hungry Caterpillar, passed away. That was some sad shit. That motherfucker probably wrote more books that kids read, like their first book, than anybody else.
The Hungry Caterpillar. Wow. Like read one book, read two books. You know, if you're into history, read multiple books. If you're into fiction, you know, nonfiction, read multiple books. Read multiple articles. People have access to the world in the palm of their hands, and they still won't use it to learn. Because I've seen some asinine conversations on Twitter, Facebook. You know, I've seen misinformation on TikTok and Snapchat. It's just like, how did you graduate from high school?
Yeah. How did you go this long thinking that that's how shit worked in the world?
Exactly.
Well, because they are basically taught to find the information that's relevant to what they need. After that, it doesn't matter. It's
crazy. Shit's crazy. Absolutely 100% crazy. All right. So, with that being said, I hate to cut today's episode short, but you got special things to do in the background.
It's not a very somber freestyle.
We were talking about some arcades and some Monique tripping about
everything.
Yeah, covered our bases.
I think we covered everything. I think we covered our weeks. I didn't have much going on with PlayStation because I was told to rest. So, you know,
what was something that
sternly told to rest? Like, you know, looked at the screen. I was like, "Sit your ass down, rest." So, you know. Sorry, Tora. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's something that didn't get covered. I really didn't bring it up because I don't know very much about it. But is it Disney or is it Discovery that's picking up DC?
It's Disney.
I thought it was Discovery.
I think it's Discovery. I think Discovery is yeah. It's Discovery because they're Warner Brothers is selling it to the Discovery Corporation. Wait, and while we're talking about that, and Ames is fact checking me for a second there. Did anybody hear the story about the little 5-year-old kid that got shot by his mom down in I think Houston because she was shooting at a dog and she missed the dog and hit her kid? You read that story? Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah,
so here's the
trying to attack the kid though, right?
No, the dog had gotten out the house, and the owner was right. You know, the owner had the door open, but was coming out the door with the dog. So the dog, you know, dog doing dog things. The door was open. He hopped his ass outside. He starts running, you know, like dogs do. He's not in full sprint or anything. He's just doing dog things, right? He looked like a real friendly ass dog, to be honest with you.
He like went around.
Yeah, he went around the car. And the owner's still saying, "Hey, come on, let's get back in the house. Let's get back in the house." This lady pulls out her gun and starts shooting at the dog. Misses the dog entirely and hits her kid. And to watch the video is so heartbreaking because as soon as the little kid gets hit, you can hear the little kid start screaming. And it's so heartbreaking because the dog runs back in the house. As soon as this lady starts shooting, the dog running back in the house. The owner of the dog is like, "Come on, let's go. But there's
she got charged too.
What she get charged with? Because I hadn't seen any updates on what she got charged with. What she get charged with?
Dude, I want to say it was like reckless discharge or something like that. I'm gonna look it up, but I did hear on Fox that they said that she got charged.
Good, because she needed to be charged.
Did she kill the son? Like, what happened?
No, I don't even know where the kid got hit at. Wherever the kid got hit, it was non-life threatening injuries, but the kid was hurt because the kid was screaming. The little boy was screaming, and it was so heartbreaking because she panicked and started shooting at a dog that wasn't even bothering her. The dog had just came out the house,
and she did shoot the dog. It got nicked in the foot.
Did it? Okay.
I mean, clearly it hit a kid, so that's more. It didn't even like phase the dog. It just ran inside and swelled up.
Yeah.
But yeah, she got charged with pretty much just being an idiot with a gun.
Basically. And it was like, why would you even
know what your target is and what is beyond it? That's like the fourth or fifth rule of firearm safety. If you're gonna shoot at some shit, know what you're shooting at and what is behind it.
And those rules are probably incredibly important, but I mean, since we don't have to have those rules anymore, because we don't need to have any kind of paperwork showing that we have concealed weapons or whatnot.
Hear me out.
Can they actually charge her with anything other than child endangerment?
And the idiot because they should have charged her with child endangerment. Like, for real. If they did not charge her with child endangerment, that is sad. Because she put, like you said, Caraway, she did not follow the rules of discharging a firearm, and that shit's stupid.
Look, I mean, not to justify anything, and I don't mean no harm, but this dog looks like a puppy.
Right, he was a little
like a
fluffy
year-old
dog. Like he was just
like a
doing dog
boxer.
things.
He's a puppy.
He ran out the house and he
freaking-
galloping around like he doing dog things.
Back in the day, in like rural school districts and shit, they would have like gun safety classes, and I think that shit would probably wouldn't hurt. Maybe not a whole course, but like a mandatory thing where if you're going to school, like you gotta fucking at least know the 7 rules of gun safety, because just knowing that shit alone.
Since it's optional at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a country where anybody and everybody, aside from felons and people deemed unfit to carry firearms, can have guns, I think in a country where they're that easily accessible, I don't think it's a stretch to say, hey, maybe we should have some kind of mandatory firearm safety course. In other countries, they force you to join the military for 4 years. Why can't we at least say, hey, if you're going to have guns, know how to use them? Just saying.
Sounds legit to me. So was the dog a stray? Because I'm looking at 3 different articles, and one of them says the dog was a stray.
He might have been like a rescue or something at one point, but whenever I watched the article, it was like the dude's dog, and he like just was opening the door to go outside and get the mail or some shit. And the dog it was a puppy. My cat does the same shit every time I go on the balcony to smoke.
That's what I'm getting. She had a fresh new piece and she wanted to try it out. So, oh no, my son's gonna be attacked by me.
Yeah, there are definitely those people that they wake up and they're like, I'm gonna do some bad shit today. And
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one article says that the bullet ricocheted and hit her son.
Yeah, it like bounced off the ground. If it would have hit the kid straight up, I think it probably would have been a bigger news article.
What's her son? Like, was her son not next to her? The dog. I don't know.
I'm imagining it's her, the dog, then her kid. And as the dog is like jumping at her kid, she probably shot at him, missed him, and it ricocheted up and hit the kid. Or I didn't see how many times she even shot, but I know that he was hit and the dog was hit.
Got 5 times.
Fucking idiot, dude.
She shot 5 times. And totally missed the target, obviously.
Well, the dog's like the size of a fucking overgrown house cat. And
exactly.
He's a boxer, so it's probably bouncing around like a lanky little fuck. Poor dude.
You look at the dog and you seriously are just like, it's a dog doing dog things. And it doesn't even look like it's going to attack the kid. It just looks like it's a little playful ass dog.
So here's my question. Couple of questions.
Go.
Does the woman have beef with the owner? And has this dog attacked anybody before? Because it's like she was ready. She was on 10 and already ready for this.
Yeah, that was my next thing. Like she must have had beef with the owner, or the dog had been out before and she didn't like the dog or something. Because yeah, you're right. She was on 10 from the minute that the dog came outside. Like as soon as the dog was outside, she pop. Like,
man, I know some people that just have a thing with dogs though. I don't know if she could have been like attacked by something when she was younger and then she sees it going after her grandkid. Like I understand wanting or like feeling the need to do that, but you don't mag dump in the direction of your kid. Like I hate to be gross about it, but you get as close as possible and try to do it as humanely as you can. And if you can't do that, then the animal isn't attacking your kid.
Pretty much. I mean, anybody that sees the video and looks at the video, you can tell that the dog was not really a threat to anybody.
Is it a ring video?
Yeah, it looks like it's a ring video.
But what is the because the only ring video I see is from the owners.
Yeah, from the owner's perspective, yeah.
I bet you he released that shit so fast. Like before the cops were being called, he was downloading that shit to his phone.
Dumping it down and was like, look at this shit. Yeah, so it's a ring video from the owner's house to the street. So like you can see the dog bouncing around. You can see him come outside and say,
being adorable.
Whatever. Right. Come on, whatever. Come back to the house. Come on. And then all of a sudden you just hear pop. And then screaming.
The only ones I found don't have, oh, never mind. It might be my daddy laptop shit. Never mind.
No. Because there are some that don't have volume to it because of the fact that, like I said, the kid was the 5 year. He was 5. He was
News
screaming.
corporations don't like showing 5-year-olds getting.
Yeah, he was screaming like it was heartbreakingly screaming like, oh my god, like the parent in you immediately perked up like, damn, this kid's really hurt,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it's like all because your mom was being dumb. Ames, you had something.
So
please fill us in. Get us back to happy. Get us back to happy.
So it is now Warner Discovery, but that is also going to be sold because the parent company for that is AT&T, and they want to get completely out of entertainment.
First and foremost, AT&T should have never got into time. Got AT&T.
I was say, what was y'all doing in there in the first place?
AT&T, Time, Warner, AOL, all of them should have never merged. The government should have never let them merge.
So
that's my take on that, because that merger destroyed a lot of stuff. Like, it destroyed our future because they wanted to just make more money, and it's
Didn't
dumb.
Obama have it set up to where like the internet was a basic utility that everybody should have access to, like water and shit like that?
Yeah, I did. He was trying to work on that.
They fucked that all up.
Yeah, he was trying to work on that, and
just
Brother
free
Mitch,
Wi-Fi across the entire United States.
Yeah, Brother Mitch over there in Congress was like, nah, fuck the kids, as he says on everyday basis.
And now when half our kids are being taught in virtual classrooms, I'm sure he's regretting that decision. Probably could have upgraded that infrastructure.
The rumor is still very, very possible that Disney could actually purchase.
I just want somebody to purchase that shit and make good movies.
Well,
what you got?
If it does happen, it would mean that Fahey would assist in the development of the DC universe,
which would be awesome.
Yeah, yes and no. I still stand by the fact that I enjoy the dark seediness of DC.
Yeah,
I
just want to see a Quentin Tarantino Batman movie before I die.
I don't see Kevin Feige and or Disney getting rid of that, because that is what brings. That's what the difference between Marvel and DC. You can't make DC look exactly like Marvel, because then it's not DC anymore. And I don't see them getting rid of that element.
I would love to agree with you on that. However, I've seen what Disney did with the Star Wars empire. I've seen what Disney has done with the Marvel empire, which is why Sony said fuck you when it came to Spider-Man.
Have y'all watched any of the shows?
Pretty savagely.
It's not that Marvel's bad. It's Disney-fied. Everything is Disney-fied.
Right.
There's no blood. We want blood.
It's all Disney-fied.
It's not that there's no blood. It's always that good is going to win. Good is going to win. Good is going to win. And that is the joy of DC, is that DC reminds you that every day, okay, good's going to come out ahead, but evil is going to be right on its tail. Evil is always going to be, you won 3, I get 1. And that's the way it's been with DC.
Evil is not going to be winning.
Who's not going to be winning?
Argument. You're scared evil won't win?
No.
It's not that evil won't win. It's that Disney has this way of making everything unicorn and gumdrops.
I feel like Disney has a way of they'll pander to.
Are you talking to me from the point of view that you've watched the series? You've watched WandaVision and you have watched The Falcon and Winter Storm. That's the point you're talking to me from. Are you talking to me from seeing a clip and saying I ain't fucking with?
No, I'm talking based on what I've watched Disney do with Star Wars. I don't give I've never been big into Marvel. So the fact that Disney owns it,
and you're worried that it's gonna look like DC is gonna look like Marvel. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening. That would be utter comic suicide for Disney to make DC look like Marvel. Who wants that? No, Marvel don't want that.
You sure?
Yeah. That's how you.
I can kind of see both sides.
I'm DC because
we're a
little light.
Yeah, I feel like I can see with Disney they do pander to whoever they think is going to enjoy it the most. But I agree, like, no company wants an exact clone of themselves. If anything, they're going to try to do everything they can to, like, push away from being, like, DC or Marvel's going to push, you know.
My question for the DC, would it be a deal breaker? Would you consider it if they got Snyder on for DC? The way they have Kevin Feige, they had Snyder do all of DC. Would you be like, okay, maybe? Possibly.
Yeah, I would give them time of day if they brought Snyder in to handle the DC.
So y'all are completely ready to get rid of your hardcore feelings for DC because y'all think Disney might turn it into something else.
No,
I feel like both of them are kind of
no.
Like, I see why people enjoy them. They're good family movies. You know, they teach good lessons and set good role models for people. But I've always been more into, like, the just violent shit. You know what I mean? Like, I hate when I say there needs to be more blood. Like, it's a joke, but at the same time, like, I do need to see people get fucking smoked in order for... That's why I like the new Joker movie.
So like, there's not enough blood.
So here's the thing, right? I'm
trying to understand the logic because right now, Warner has sucked and fucked all of the juice out of DC.
Oh, they have. They really have.
Y'all still bought Warner, and you might get Disney.
They really have sucked the life out of everything they've touched DC wise.
Everything.
They sucked the life out of it. However, the feeling is among the DC community is that if Disney gets his hands on it, then you make it a Disney-esque property, and then it becomes something entirely different than it was.
You automatically know I ain't gonna see what I wanted to see.
So with look at the Marvel universe, and if you're really into comics and you look at Marvel comics versus what they put on the screen, Kevin did a great job of combining a lot of the issues of the comics. However, they strayed away from a lot of things that were in the comics. There were things in Captain America that was like...
I can see that and I can understand that, but I do understand also that they've made it clear to people like me that MCU is not the same as Marvel Comics.
Exactly.
MCU
and as a comic fan, and this is why I really have never been into any of the comic movies at all. The Batman movies, because I'm a Batman fan, were the only ones I really paid attention to, but I haven't done Spider-Man. Spider-Man's movies with Sony turned me way off when I watched those. Here's the thing. Everybody wants to say we're not the comic. We're straying away from the comic. The comic is what made that character who it is. I want to see what's in that comic on the screen, because if you can make that come alive, that as a comic book fan for me is more interesting than whatever the fuck you just wrote and put on the damn screen. That just makes no sense. Superman doing some dumb shit that he would have never done in the comics. Captain America doing some shit he would never do in the comics.
I kind of did like the beauty of him being like a superhero that ultimately just gets shot on the Capitol steps, and like that's how that motherfucker goes.
Exactly.
All the shit he killed so many Nazis and he gets mugged. Okay, like something about that was beautiful, and just the fact that at the end of the day, like to Amy's point, evil can still fuck you over. You still have to be aware of what's going on around you. In the Disney world, it's more like, hey, no matter what, who's popular this year?
But let's even think about...
Like, that's what Disney is.
Yeah, let's even think about the last Avengers movie, right? In the comics, Thanos wasn't snapping fingers. Thanos was snapping necks.
Yeah. It was violent as fuck. It was the type of shit that if your mom walked in and saw it on your bed, she'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Thanos was fucking niggas up. Thanos was not, none of that shit. Thanos was crushing people with one hand. You know what I'm saying?
Kick your chest through your back.
Exactly. Thanos was like, boom. That's even with, and then you take a look at what Snyder did with the Justice League movie and the portion of it where, not the Justice League movie, Batman vs. Superman, and the part of the movie where Batman dies. That's almost as close to the comic as you can get, because that's exactly the way that Doomsday killed Superman in the comics. However, Superman never killed Doomsday in the comics. So you get you kind of get the best of both worlds at that moment, but at least it tried to stay as true to the comic version as possible. Because Batman
They
versus
still
Superman,
have to be able to make another movie.
exactly. Even Batman versus Superman, that portion of the movie, that 2-hour portion of the movie, stayed almost as true to the comic as it could. The plot point was the comic, the fight was in the comic. I don't remember, but I don't think the Martha part was in there. Like that part came. That part was just stupid. And I don't remember that one being in the comic.
No, but I think that one was thrown in just as an Easter egg for those of us that knew the storyline and the backstory for those characters. As much as those two were kind of at each other, their stories were so parallel.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that at the end, it's like, okay, Batman's parents, were killed. Superman lost his parents because they shipped him to Earth, okay? And his planet was destroyed. So they both had this orphan mentality. But to go through and find out that both of their mothers went by Martha, and not even that's what Superman's actual mother's name, but the mother that he knew growing up, that her name was Martha. Like it was an Easter egg. It was a, hey, if you know, you know. It was an Easter egg, but it's just one of those. At the end of the day, Disney makes everything gumdrops and roses, and they've made everything gumdrops and roses from their inception. When you think of the story of Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and the original stories, and what Disney did to them, gumdrops and roses, gumdrops and unicorns.
Made millions of dollars off of stories that were morbid as hell.
Okay, so what are your suggestions?
If Disney were to buy it,
company.
exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
let's say-
Listen,
let's
if I
say
could,
you're Disney.
if I could find,
stay with Warner. So what's your suggestion?
if I can find $3 billion, I'd buy it right now. Short attention span.
I'm just glad that Tora got her comic podcast for the week.
Man, look, she on a 7-8 week streak. Yeah, she's on like a 7 or 8 week streak right now.
For what? I mean, I'm barely talking about Marvel because I'm trying to do this DC thing, and I'm really like.
DC is.
I want to know what the solution to this is.
There's really not one.
There's not one.
There's a lesser of two evils.
It's like a sacrifice now, so it's like, okay, well,
it really boils down to which is the lesser of two evils.
What
and
is
the decision, like where it goes, which of them is honestly going to be the lesser of the evils? And
if Snyder comes on,
Disney will never. Okay, let me put it to you this way: if Disney bought it and brought Schneider and said, "Okay, you and Fahey do your thing," I might be able to take it with a grain or two of salt, okay? But Disney will never take Schneider. Never.
Snyder is the man. He's the genius behind.
He is.
Move around in DC.
But Schneider does not fit in the Disney puzzle.
Case in point, if you got some time today, you don't have to watch the entire Justice League movie. What you said?
So here's the thing about paying.
Who's you said one of your kids got it, right? Got HBO. Got HBO.
Girl.
The one who takes her passport with her to work and won't
Sweetie.
let you watch.
Sweetie,
Okay.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Let AIM send you the passport.
I got you.
Let AIM send you her passport.
I got you.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Watch the very, very end of that movie. The last maybe.
If I'm gonna go in, I'm going in. I'm watching all 4 hours. They gonna go to the very end.
Okay.
I'm in there deep.
Cool. If you do that, then you'll understand why Snyder would never fit in that, and why it would be tragic for DC to be a part of Disney. Because the very end of that movie,
like the reason I watched the entire movie,
the very, very end of that movie, when I tell you the end of that movie is dark as dark can get.
Is the end of that movie like the old school to be continued type of thing where you have to have a second movie in order to?
Yes.
Okay.
It is specifically written for that.
Okay. Do you remember a few episodes back when we talked about what quote from your favorite villain and I said that it was the Joker's? You can't kill me because to kill me, you become me. and I can't kill you because I need you to be me.
That's at the end of that movie.
That is the end of the movie. That is the reminder of why Disney can't take DC, because Disney wants you to believe that good can overcome evil. DC reminds you that you have to have both in order for it to be what it is.
Like, for real.
So basically, I can't even watch this movie because I'm gonna need the second half of it in order to fulfill my.
Honestly, I'll be dead ass honest with you. You need to start with the very first reboot of Superman, and then you need to watch
That is not what you told me, so that is not what I got.
I know. You need to
I
start
got
with the first.
Batman over here. I did not.
You need to watch the first Superman.
Start here with okay. That's what I got.
Okay, you need to start with the first Superman. Watch the second one.
Another Walmart run.
Then watch Batman versus Superman, and then watch Justice League, because all four of those movies connect with each other. Everything that happens in each one of those movies connects with Justice League. That's why it was so important. It's so important that they complete the Snyder universe, because they left you hanging at the end of this movie like you want to see what happens next. But it all ties together if you watch from Superman to Justice League.
Do a Google search for I'm just getting into the DC universe. Where do I start?
Oh Lord.
Send that Google search in the chat.
Well, look. Why don't we all do our research over the summer and come back with our stances on comics and everything? Because you got poor Caraway over here who's completely lost in the world of comics, period.
I know Batman's DC, right?
You've got Tora, who is straight Marvel, and then you have you and I, who are DC heavy,
Geeks.
Marvel light.
Geeks.
Right.
We're
So
the geeks of the group. It is. You send me that link, because I would love to see that link. I think I actually seen that article before, but yeah, you literally have to start with the first rebooted Superman movie, then the second, then Batman versus Superman, then Justice League.
Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
Who is
With Harry.
I think one of my issues is that I can't keep up with who is who, because every movie is a different person. I'm like, yo, I know that if I go over here to Thor is going to be the same Hemsworth that it was beforehand.
Oh, no. In the
I don't know who the fuck I'm expecting.
In DC, it's like that too. In the DC universe, it's like that. Same Superman plays Superman in all 4 or 5 movies.
Listen,
same guy.
Listen, Michael Keaton
was your childhood Batman. I get it.
I need him. I mean, thank you to somebody, daddy.
But again, I'm about to say he is in Justice League.
Yeah,
That was like such the Easter eggs of all Easter eggs between Martha and Michael Keaton. It's like, if you're not a fan, you would not have caught any of this shit. But as soon as I see Michael Keaton the third time I watched the movie, it's like, motherfucker, they put Batman in here to talk to Superman on the top of this goddamn mountain. Batman is his dad.
He had to jump on over to Spider-Man in the multi-universe and go do a damn thing there.
Shit, and then he's jumping back to the DC universe for the Flash movie.
You know what?
Yeah, it's.
Michael getting his money. That's all Michael getting his money.
Yeah.
Michael's getting his money. I can't be mad at Mike for getting his money.
You can't.
But I will forever tell you, Michael Keaton is my Batman. Okay.
Yes.
Christian Bale did a good job, but Michael Keaton is forever my Batman.
Okay, listen.
Look, no.
I disagree.
Okay.
Like, this dude is.
No. Let me explain it to you this way. Michael Keaton is my Batman. Christian Bale
is
my Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
He dry.
Right. Christian was dry, but I mean, the
Bruce Wayne is dry.
Right. He was more.
Okay.
Michael Keaton was more Batman. Christian Bale was more Bruce Wayne, because you saw more of a story with Christian Bale.
Like when Michael
Keaton, there was no story. There was just him in the Batmobile, him in the Batcave, him with what was her name? Vicky Vale. You know.
Why do I know this?
Because we grew up in that time frame, and we probably watched that movie 700 times because it was on HBO all the time.
I got it on VHS.
The whole Prince soundtrack. Stop playing with me. Anyway, go ahead.
Exactly. So Michael Keaton was always Batman. We never saw Michael. We saw like 3 or 4 scenes where Michael Keaton was not Batman. He was Batman. Christian Bale, on the other hand, had a whole expanded story. He was Bruce Wayne, and then he was Batman.
Yeah.
And then he came back and he was Bruce Wayne, 15. And then he was Batman.
Right. And
but yes, he was a drier version of Batman. Yes, I get what you're saying. He was
as a Batman, he was dry. But as Bruce Wayne, he was spot on.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
As a Bruce Wayne, he was everything that you pictured when you read the comic. No, when you read the comic and you looked and then you saw Christian Bale, it was literally like they just
copy paste.
Like that was Bruce Wayne as a character is dry. There's
true. That's true.
Like
there's nothing about Bruce Wayne that screams moist. Bruce Wayne is literally dry as dry can get. Even think about the cartoon. You think about the cartoon, Batman, the Batman animated series. When you watch that, Bruce Wayne was dry.
DC got beat. Nobody beat DC on the cartoons. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Batman was the best.
Batman was dry. Bruce Wayne was dry as hell.
He was. You right.
Because all he had was money and brains.
Right.
Yeah.
Money and brains.
Even in Batman Beyond, the kid Batman, the new one, is trying to convince him, like, hey man, dude, we have all this fucking money. Why are you not just balling out all the time? And he's like, well, if I did that, people would think I'm a fucking superhero, so I can't.
Batman Beyond was fucking cool as hell. Like that was a great successor to Batman the animated series.
Have we reached the end of the show?
Well, with that being said, thank you guys for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. If you want to catch us, you can catch us on all major platforms. We are the Xennials Podcast everywhere you want to be. And if you want to reach out to us, talk to us, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
everywhere,
Snapchat, TikTok at the Xennials Podcast. And if you want to email us, you can email us at xennialspodcast7270@gmail.com. That being said, say goodnight, Dora.
Night, Dora.